Hi, I'm Claire and this is the All I Want for Christmas book tag. The original is by Daisy over at 1000 Lives of Daisy and I have linked it in the description box below. What fictional character do you want Santa to leave under your Christmas tree? Now this is pretty hard because most good fictional characters, in my opinion, tend to be fairly complex and flawed individuals, and some of them have traits you wouldn't necessarily want in a present under the tree, but I think I shall revert to an old favourite and say I would really like a Remus Lupin, please. We could have hot cocoa and talk about books and then snuggle. Question 2. What character do you want to kiss under the mistletoe? Guys, I need to refer you to my answer to question 1. Question 3. You write your Christmas list for Santa. What are the top 5 books on it? Now, number 1 I would say would be Anno Dracula by Kim Newman, because this has just been recommended to me. It's a slightly older book, but it's apparently something that kind of kicked off the steampunk craze that we're in right now, and I love steampunk, and it's apparently a little bit more realistic and a little bit more horror-y and violent, so I really want to get my hands on that, and it's in my Amazon wishlist, which is not quite the same as on my center list, but you know, there we go. Number 2, I really want to get my little hands on Arsenic for Tea, which is the next Wells and Wong novel by Robin Stevens, so that's the sequel to Murder Most Unladylike, which I really enjoyed and I had in my top 5 books of 2014. That comes out next year, but if Santa can get me a copy early, that's on the list. Number 3, I'd like a new John Wyndham book in the nice new editions that have been coming out recently. I have a couple of them, but I really enjoy John Wyndham's writing, so I want to make my way through all of the books that he's published. And in number 4, we also have Anything by Seanan Maguire / Myra Grant. I've just gone through a few different things that she's done and really loved all of them, so I really want to kind of get up to having everything that she's published, but she is very prolific, so I definitely need some help with that from, you know, Santa or anybody else, because Seanan writes a lot. And number 5, if we can, you know, get Santa to do some Christmas miracling for me, can I please have a copy of The Winds of Winter? Now. Number 4, it's Secret Santa time at Hogwarts. What do you most want to receive? Well, I have to say obviously something from Fred and George Weasley's shop, Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, and I guess if not a joke, then definitely one of those adorable Pygmy Puff little creatures, because I like cuddly things and I can't have a cat, so Pygmy Puff would be lovely. Number 5, you get to spend the day with the characters and movie adaptation actors of any fandom. Which do you pick? Quite obviously, Harry Potter. I would have picked Harry Potter if it was just spending the day with the characters. I would have picked Harry Potter if it was just spending the day with the actors. I would have picked Harry Potter if it was spending 5 minutes with one character. So, yeah, Harry Potter, obviously. Number 6, what fictional animal would you like to replace Rudolph and be able to meet on your roof? Is that a thing? Is meeting Rudolph on the roof actually a thing? Because to me, it sounds a bit weird, to be honest. But if I had to pick an animal that I would meet on my roof, I guess I'd probably go with some kind of big, adorable, fluffy, cuddly dog, and maybe someone like Lassie or Belle from Belle and Sebastian, because they're enormous, fluffy dogs and they're very intelligent, and then you could play with them for a few minutes and rub their tummy and tell them they're a really good dog. Number 7, you invite 10 fictional characters to your New Year's Eve party. Who do you pick? This was really hard. There are so many really cool characters. So number 1 is Remus, and then I'd have Hermione and Ginny, because they are amazing, adorable boss witches, and obviously I would like to have them at dinner so they can tell me all about magic and cool tricks and stuff. And I think if you had Remus Lupin and Hermione Granger in the same room, they'd start talking about like magical theory and really cool interesting spells. So with that in mind, I worked out the whole rest of the party around the idea of finding cool characters who'd really like to talk about how magic works and who'd really get along well together. So my next two guests are Jane and Vincent from the Glamorous Histories, because they are professional magicians, and so they'd like to talk about the differences between their magic system and the one in the Harry Potter universe, as well as I think they'd be really lovely dinner guests because they are well-bred Regency people and they would be very nice and polite. In that same vein, I would like to have Lady Claire Trevelyan from the Magnificent Devices stories by Shaylee Adina, because Lady Claire is a lady, and even though she's not a magic user, she's a kind of like steampunk engineer maker of things. I think she'd love to discuss how the magic actually works and the physics behind it that underpin it. Then I'd want to have F from the 13th Child books by Patricia Reedy, because she is from this like alternate far west of the US with magic kind of universe, and it has super cool magic world building. It was one of my favorite books of the year, even though it wasn't published in 2014, so I didn't have it in my favorites of 2014 list, but fantastic series of books, and F was a wonderful protagonist, so I think she needs to be at the party. With her, I would like Kathy from the Split Worlds book by Emma Newman, because in Kathy's world, even though there are a lot of very proper parties and balls and things, all of the people who are there are really awful mean people who are corrupted by the Fae. And basically, I think it'd be really nice for Kathy to meet magical people who are not horrible people. Similarly, I want Zoe Norris from the Shambling Guides by Mer Lafferty, because Zoe works in a universe where there are monsters that live amongst humans in everyday life, and she works with them in this publishing house. And basically, she's kind of scared that they're gonna eat her. So I think it'd be really nice for her to meet other humans who can do magical things and who will definitely not be looking at her like she's a snack. And now that we've got all these people who are all magic users, for my last guest, I will invite Miss Elizabeth Bennet from, of course, Pride and Prejudice, because I think that Lizzie Bennet is enough of a stalwart character that she would be able to look at all of these people that can do magic, and instead of being scared, she'd be fascinated. She'd be like, what? How does this work? Explain it to me, show me all the magic tricks. I think she would find it delightful, and I think she would also be a lovely guest. And the final question is, what character would make a good Santa? And it doesn't have to be appearance, personality counts as well. Going on personality alone, I think Molly Weasley would make an amazing Santa. Molly Weasley is just such a caring character. I think we see her main characteristics in the books is that she really cares about her family, and we see her a lot at Christmas time in the later books, and we can see that she can organize a really damn good Christmas. And I think she could damn well be hiding from us all that, you know, with her witchy powers, she organizes Christmas for the whole world, not just her family. And also, let's be honest, Molly Weasley cares about people getting what they deserve. If someone was bad or evil, they wouldn't get a Christmas present from Molly Weasley. No, they would not. They would get what was coming to them all along, because that is how Molly Weasley rolls. So this was my take on the All I Want for Christmas book tag. I hope you enjoyed it. I loved making this video. It was so much fun coming up with all of the answers. So if you liked it, please like and comment, and you can always subscribe for more videos. In the meantime, I've been Claire, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, a wonderful Christmas, and I will see you very soon.